right, I had my matcha shot and now I'm on to my first full cup of the day. This is my last cup of hojicha for now. I finished off what I have, but I did just make a David's tea order, so I have some like oolongs and things coming, so I'm really excited for that. But this one is just from like the Korean grocery store. I picked up like a really big bag and it lasted me a long time. And before that, I had a bag of hojicha from Adagio. So I've been on a hojicha kick for quite a while. Hojicha is a roasted green tea, so that's why it looks like darker. So it has like a really roasty flavor. Like it's not really like a green, like vegetal kind of taste. Like it's more of a like roasted, but not like dark. Like it's not quite like an oolong. It really is kind of like the light bodiedness of a green tea, but with that like roastiness. So I really love it. I've wanted to try David's Tea's Silver Bell Oolong for literally probably like 6 years now. When I first started working at David's Tea, it was called Monk's Blend. And it was one of the first teas that I tried because all the things with like weird names that weren't like telling of what the tea would be, I wanted to try first. So I tried it and I absolutely loved it. It's like a blend of white tea and oolong, really like kind of like that milky oolong sort of vibe. And I was like, okay, on my next shift, I'm going to buy some of this. But it was being discontinued, and by the time I got back to work, it was sold out. Then they brought it back like this past Christmas as Silver Bell Oolong, and I like waited too long to order any, so it was sold out by the time I was like ready to make an order. But I went on to use some rewards I had, and I saw that it's not only back on the website, but it was on sale. So I'm like, yes, finally I get to like have this in my life. So I cannot wait to like get that package. But I think after today, since, I mean, it's not coming today, I just ordered and I finished my hojicha, I'm probably gonna switch over to like, I have some straight green teas, I have some straight mates from like my Sips by boxes. So that'll probably be my morning tea for the time being, maybe drink down some of the little packages of tea I have, because I have quite a bit that I gotta drink through. But hojicha, my first cup of the day, and we will see what I drink next. I got a Starbucks drink next. I had to go to the post office and Gerald decided to take the ride with me on his break and treated me to a coffee. So this is a double iced espresso with pistachio. A nice pick-me-up. I'm gonna go out and run some errands now, so the extra energy will be great. All right, on to the next. We have a milk oolong. I completely forgot that I had this. It's from Adagio. I got it a while back. And I had it in a blue tin on my shelf and I just completely forgot. I ordered some oolongs from David's Tea, so I have more coming, but I didn't order a milk oolong. So I think I'll go ahead and use that as my morning tea until I get my package there. Milk oolong is so good. It has like a kind of creamy, like milky sort of texture. And it tastes like tea, but it has like a milkiness to it. Like not really like creamy, like it tastes like, yeah, like a hint of cream. Like, you know when you go out for tea and you have clotted cream with scones? It sort of reminds me of that vibe. Which, by the way, for Valentine's Day, my husband took me to the Drake in Chicago for an afternoon tea, and it was really wonderful. There was a woman playing the harp, and also it was, we were like in the city for Gerald's birthday weekend, so they brought out like a free little dessert, and the lady played Happy Birthday on the harp, so it was like, it was really just dreamy and fun and lovely. But after having tea at the plaza, like, we've just been so spoiled. Like, that tea was out of this world. picture perfect. Like that day that we were in New York and we went to the plaza, it was literally the best day of my life since my wedding. Like it was spectacular, out of this world. Everything was perfect. Everything was just beyond delicious. The teaware, the table setting, the surroundings, everything was so gorgeous. It literally felt like living in a movie. Like it was just, you couldn't even believe that there could be like an afternoon tea as like amazing and perfect as that was. So that being said, like the Drake in Chicago is iconic. It's a great place to go for afternoon tea. But there were a couple things I didn't like, especially about the way they actually served the tea itself. At the plaza, they just bring out teapots that are already like steeped, like they don't have leaves or an infuser or anything in it. Like they take care of that and then they bring it out to you, which I think is really great, especially for like someone who doesn't, you know, not everybody who goes for an afternoon tea is like how I am, where you know way too much about tea. A lot of the time you just want to go have the experience, not necessarily like, you know, knowing a whole lot about like actual tea. So I really like that they did that. They take care of the steep times and they bring it out to you like once it's ready to drink. Whereas at the Drake, this is kind of a pet peeve of mine, but they bring your teapot out with the leaves loose in the teapot, and then they give you, and I need to polish this. This is actually real silver. I never use it, but it's like tarnished right now because it's actually real. But they give you one of these, and so there are leaves loose in your teapot, and then you like put this guy over your cup, like a little teacup, and then you pour your tea over and it catches the leaves, so the leaves don't end up in your cup. But the thing with me is I will always choose like a green tea or an oolong over anything else. You can't remove the leaves from the teapot because they're just loose floating around in there. And all you can do is like pour yourself a cup of tea, and like your first cup of tea will probably be perfect because it hasn't been steeping that long, but then like the leaves are sitting in there longer and longer, so you're gonna end up with bitter tea. And that did happen. So I didn't like drink as much tea as I did at the plaza when we were at the Drake. And also they have servers coming around with like pots of hot water, like just plain hot water, and they'll open up your teapot and pour more water in with the same leaves. So that wasn't my favorite method. Like, I think they could definitely learn a thing or two from the plaza. And like, there's restaurants that do that too. Like, there's a really great dim sum restaurant that Gerald and I sometimes go to that serves jasmine green tea that same way, where it's just loose in the pot and you pour the tea. But it's just the issue of like the steep times. Like, you're going to have bitter tea if your tea leaves are just loose in there. And also like the teaware, this is so nitpicky. Like, don't get me wrong, it was amazing, it was beautiful, it was great, but the teaware at the plaza was like, you know, special. Like, it was like unique to the plaza, and it like was special colors and everything, and had like the P like logo on it. They could have, for all I knew, taken it out of the box that day. Like the teapots that they gave us and the teacups, it could have been the first time they were ever used because they were in such immaculate condition. No stains, no chips, nothing like that. Like literally stunning china, beautiful, could have never been touched by human hands. Like that was the vibe. But at the Drake, there were tea stains. And I feel like if you're having this beautiful tea every single week, where you are doing it only on Sundays, and you're hiring like someone to play the harp, and you have this beautiful room in this historic hotel, I don't think there should have been tea stains. So that's just like my teeny tiny nitpicky thing about the tea at the Drake. But it's like, not everyone can be the plaza, and that's why it's absolutely worth the trip to New York to have tea at the plaza. And I really hope we can do it again, because it was like the most dreamy day ever, the day that we did that. I haven't filmed when we've gone for afternoon tea because like it's I want to be in the moment. I want to enjoy it. At the plaza, I took clips and I meant to put together like a sit down talking video. I filmed it, but I never like uploaded it because it was like, we went for Christmas, like Christmas time, and like it's not Christmas anymore. So I don't know if it's still worth posting because it was like special stuff for Christmas. And then at the Drake, I didn't film at all. I just wanted to enjoy it like with my husband and enjoy our little weekend in Chicago. But for our anniversary in April, we are planning to go to another tea in the city. And again, like I don't know what the rules are. Like at the plaza, we came in with my camera and they told us like, oh, I'm so sorry, but you're not allowed to film, like for the privacy of the other guests. And that's completely understandable. You know, when you're out somewhere, like you don't really want to be like in the background of someone's video. So like that was okay. Like I was a little bummed out because I would have liked to like film for you guys more like seriously and like made a vlog of it. So I couldn't really film the way I wanted to. I did take some clips and I had like a whole video planned and I even did film it. I just never put it up because I don't know, since it's like so far past like the Christmas season, if it's still worth uploading. But we are going for another tea in April for our anniversary. So maybe I'll see if I can get a couple clips and like put something together, even if it is just clips from my phone, because I would really love to share like the experience of afternoon tea with you guys. Like I honestly wish we could all like sit down and have a tea together, you know, maybe someday, who knows. If you're in New York or you're in close proximity to New York, I know it's expensive, but it is so worth it if you love tea to go have tea at the plaza. Like I would do it every 3 months if I lived in the area. But yeah, this is milk oolong. Really nice, a good classic, but I'm gonna chill and enjoy this, get some work done, and I'll see you guys on my next cup.